Representative Julie Alexander, and welcome to Grown in Michigan. Today we're here in Zeeland, Michigan with Representative Brad Slaw. Many children today aren't raised on a farm, have never been to a farm, and most likely don't even know where their food comes from. We are excited to visit the Critter Barn to learn more about the important educational opportunities they provide here to our community.
Could use a slide of that front porch swinging kind of life.
There is so much to learn about Michigan agriculture. That's why agritourism is so important to our state. It combines the essential elements of the tourism and agricultural industries, attracts members of the public to visit farms, increases farm income, and provides recreation, entertainment, and educational experiences to visitors. I traveled to the West Michigan community of Zeeland to visit a unique farm. Critter Barn was founded by the Rosshafer family. Visitors will find hundreds of critters: cows, pigs, goats, sheep, chickens, turkeys, ducks, and more. They serve a living, hands-on lesson for the guests, whether they visit with family or friends or on a school field trip.
Representative Slaw, thank you for having me to Zeeland, Michigan, here at Critter Barn. But you've been here before. This is my first time. You've been here before?
Yep, in fact, Mary and I know each other for a long time. She actually directed choir for a bit at church when I was there, so I sang underneath her tutelage. And I helped actually paint the barn right after they moved in. My dad had some equipment that allowed us to get up on, so we didn't need scaffolding. We actually used the boom from the truck and painted all the top of the barn.
All right.
So
well,
it was part of that.
You're vested here.
I am.
So why do people from your community like to come to Critter Barn?
Well, I think, if people haven't heard, they will hear in this little snippet that kids love it. They love to be engaged. They would rather do this than be bored watching TV or playing video games or something. This is hands-on, tangible. This is where they'd like to come. Parents love to bring their kids here to see what goes on and how does life really happen, right? Rather than television, which doesn't give you real life. So I think people love to just be here.
So do the families in those community, do they have agricultural backgrounds? Are they familiar with animals? What's your take on that?
Probably in this district there are more people who are familiar with agriculture. Many of those folks, if you were to trace their lineage back, many of those folks probably had some sort of agriculture in their background. Especially more than you find if you were in the city of Lansing or in the city of Detroit or something like that. So many of these people have some sort of background, and so their parents actually may know something about agriculture. So they're trying to bring their kids here to actually see maybe a bit of what they experienced when they were young.
So most people that come to Critter Barn, are they coming in large groups, small groups, family groups? Do you have set hours? How does that work?
Sure, we're open from 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday, and we have everything. We have a grandma come with a grandson. We have groups, like 11, 12 people show up at one time. Of course, we host school groups and preschool groups. We have just every variety. And what I enjoy the most is when I see adults come and I go, "Are you here alone? Like no little people?" No, we're animal lovers and we just love this place. So I see more and more of that over time. That's exciting.
So Mary, you've been here at this first location how long?
We've lived here since 1984, and we
Okay.
got animals as a joke that very first year, so we've had the animals the whole time.
Okay, wait. As a joke, and Brad is laughing over here. So what is the joke, or how did this start? I mean,
Well, he was part of it, but my church choir decided to have an end-of-the-year choir party here soon after we moved.
you're a troublemaker.
I'm not.
I think it was some of the other people.
Right, it was.
But instead of the
I'm
party,
just a joiner.
instead of the party that they had planned, they showed up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon with about 55 people from the choir and from the church, and they scraped and painted this barn in 3 hours. And then they had a silent auction to pay for all the stuff. And then after eating, they put on a comedy show. I mean, they did a skit about me being pregnant, right? My first name is Mary. Mary had a little lamb, and out came my first sheep. And we got pig in the blankets. Literally, there was a joke contest. And my kids' choir sang Old MacDonald. And there were so many verses to that thing. They kept bringing out ducks and turkeys and pigeons. And then, I don't know, there was a goat in there too somewhere, I remember, from Gordon Poos. And they all left at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. And the barn had been stripped out. There's no pens anywhere, so they all stayed in our garage. I mean, that was kind of messy in the morning. And then after church, we started hauling fencing out of the upstairs of the barn. I mean, that's how this thing got started. And I love science. I'd always had a garden, but I didn't go to school to be a farmer. But I was in my glory to see all these animals that we now had to take care of, which was such a treat. That little hobby farm grew, and about 6 years later, the Critter Barn was born. What I really did is I was a music person, hence the choir, and I taught elementary school. So friends from education, in fact, even one of my former students was among the first to ask if I'd do a field trip here. That's how this got started.
So Mary, you gave us a glimpse into how all of it started, right? And it was so simple and it was just so genuine. This must be a dream come true to be able to build a handicap accessible, updated, but yet with a real feel to it. Help me understand what this is like for you. I mean, it was never your original vision, or was it?
Well, I don't know. I think educating children was my passion. When I was in music, I enjoyed working with kids choirs the most. And when I made a change in my education at Hope College and veered into working with children, I mean, that's what I've done my whole life. It's just in a very non-traditional setting. And so for many kids, it's also now a career choice, or it's therapy for whatever their needs are. Or it gives them an opportunity for meaningful work because they don't work elsewhere, but they volunteer with MOCA every week. So they come. So we have hundreds of people volunteering who are finding purpose here. And that's probably the most rewarding. Plus, when you bring them into the world of nature and you see a lamb born, or you're, maybe helping a little animal recover from scours or something, and kids see the progress and they see the work that you do that's really into that animal or into their environment and making it all as good as you can be. I think the kids see a value to that, and it touches them and it arouses their own passion. I mean, we've got to give kids the chance to fall in love with agriculture if they're going to have it as a job, because nobody's grown up on a farm.
Right.
So I think the Critter Barn at many levels gives people a chance to attach in their own way. And when you do that, be it the new lamb being born or the little chick, or you start to understand how the seasons impact the animals, I think you bring kids closer to the Creator. And everybody's got to wrestle with that question too. And I think it's just exciting to see everybody work through that and appreciate the world that we live in, because it's the management of that world that sustains us. That's the role of the farmer.
Critter Barn's fun, engaging, and informative events and activities help fulfill its mission to teach farm visitors about agriculture and inspire them with the miracles of nature they get to witness up close. Field trips bring more than 7,000 students to Critter Barn every year. On their field trips, students can enjoy feeding animals, milking goats, holding bunnies and chicks, and other hands-on learning experiences. The farm also offers classes for young people, including one focused on science, technology, engineering, and math on the farm. The passionate, hardworking farmers at Critter Barn know that when we learn about the wonders of Michigan agriculture, we truly appreciate animals and the people who care for them. I encourage you to experience Michigan agriculture for yourself at the Critter Barn or at a farm open to the public near you.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself today at the Critter Barn in Zeeland, Michigan, southwestern part of our state. But what really warms my heart are the opportunities our children and families have to visit a farm, hold those little animals, and understand the value of our food industry and caring for our animals with these first-hand experiences. Visit Critter Barn, volunteer, donate, or start your own.
Neighbors still smile and wave. It's Sunday morning's amazing grace and the stars and stripes.